Hey there, how there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to yet another ASG golf tournament. We're doing the 70s 90s tour today at the British Open at Royal Portrush. Um, so if you win this tournament, like every monthly tournament, you go to the Tournament of Champions at Augusta. If you take second place, you get into what they call a backdoor tournament for 6 wildcard spots. So 12 monthly winners and 6 wildcard spots, 18 times 4 tours, 72 golfers for the Tournament of Champions to be the best of the best. Anyway, so right now, Greg Norman has a big 3-stroke lead with a golden chance to win his first tournament of the year and his second all time. Ed Sneed has never won an ASG tournament. He's second. Nick Price and DeWitt Weaver are battling tooth and nail. Well, Nick Price, alongside Paul Insinger, Justin Leonard, David DeVoe, Johnny Miller, and Hale Irwin all have won tournaments, so they're in Augusta. If Price, for some dumb reason, wins the tournament, then that's a second. But then the guy behind him will get the Augusta spot automatically and get a win himself. Hey. So, yeah, Nick Price. But Price, that would be his second championship. And basically, that would get him like kicked out because for the rest of the year he can't play because they want fairness. I hiccuped. Well, if Price takes second, then it's the next guy behind him that'll take second place. So we only see 3 non-American flags in the top 20. So we're gonna play all 18 holes with these guys, Norman and Sneed. Fitzsimmons a quadruple bogey. Quad. Yeah. Tom Weisskopf Eagles to go -12. Norman's in the lead, Sneed in second. Here we go. Norman to the right-hand side. Yeah, the winds are going to be strong today because it's England. What do you expect? Sneed? Okay. Up and over. That's all right. Sneed. Second shot. Norman, lob it and make a par putt. Nike. For par. Go nuts. Sneed. That's a 2-stroke lead. Well, you see Nick Price sneaking up on there. Second shot. Whoa, that's wide. Norman better play straight after that. Great shot by Norman.
All right.
Look out. Ooh, okay. He's all right. He's all right.
All right.
Wow. Norman, second shot. Up and over. Ooh, fortunately, it is a par 5, so he'll have a kick to play up to 30. I don't think he wanted that. He's off by 3. He'll par. Sneed for bogey. He's got to putt. Come on. He's up by 2. Out of the way, wind direction. He's up by 3 over Duvall and Weaver. Price has faltered. Norman? This is Price. And getting second win and getting himself disqualified. And the granted second place. Norman pitch shot, get close for par. That'll work. Sneed. And that's close. Alright. For par. Oh, he missed. Aye, aye. He would miss there. He's up on two by Parnevik and Duval. Hold. He's being cautious. Three for par. Aw. Another shot. Parnevik's now jumping up. JC's need a triple bogey, so he's faulted. So Parnevik now is entering the fray. Speed. Norman? Not good either. This is the way the wind is. Alright. Down the embankment. Norman? Down the embankment. Ooh, baby. Baby, baby, baby. 13 feet away. Norman? He needs his par. He missed. Steve? Too much. Norman's lost the lead. Duval now has the lead. The good thing is Norman is one stroke back. And he does have 3 holes more than Duval to try something. But the winds are just pushing everything. Norman's got to keep getting pars. Like I said, he's got to keep getting pars. Duval now is at 14. Oh, Duval. 05. I can't see more than losing. That's not doing anything. Second shot. Well, that's not half bad. There's an 82. Sneed. His second shot. 720. Norman's got to get very close for birdie. 21. Ooh, neat. Nice job. Oh, needs this birdie. Oh! Ah! Good par. Okay. And Parnevik eagles 12. He's at 13. So Parnevik's chasing Duval. Now the question is, has Parnevik ever won a tournament? The answer is yes. Duval has. He's won 4, right? Yep. Duval, if he wins, that's his 5th tournament win. He would be the all-time ASG golf winner of tournaments with 5. And 2 in the same year. Norman hits the bunker. That's a good attempt. Steve? For birdie. Clutch. Norman for birdie. Oh, not enough. Up by 2. Sneed. Into the bunker. Norman. Third shots for both. Norman needs a good pitch shot. He might have a chance for par. Oof. Okay. He's at 11. David Duval's having the tournament of his life. Duval leads Parnevik by 3 strokes. So David Duval's looking like he wants to win this tournament. Get himself his 5th ASG tournament win, which will be a new record. Well, of course, this is the 4th year that we've had it. So Duval would get himself in. But the joke would be on Duval because he would be disqualified not just for August. Like, in August, next month's tournament, well, if you win a tournament, you're ineligible to compete in the match plays and all that. For fairness, of course. But yeah, Duval wouldn't play in Canada. He's not going to be able to play in, I don't know where October and November they're going to set them up. Or at the Great Holes. Duval would be having to wait. Duval lead, Parnevik second. Jack Nicklaus, well, Fulton's -8. So Nicklaus, he might have the number that everyone has to beat. So Duval would win, Parnevik would take second. Actually, no, Parnevik would take second. Yeah, Parnevik would win. Nicklaus and Murphy and DeWitt Weaver would tie. But the rules also state, or they're talking to say if Nicklaus would take second place. I think the rule is it has to be Jansen took second place by himself, right? Yeah, I think Jansen took second by himself. So that means that Nicklaus would not be allowed to take second place because he's already a second place guy. Yeah, then it would be down to Murphy and DeWitt. Yeah, I think the rule is if you have second place but you're tied for second, but you've already had a second place, then it goes to the next person. Scorecard wise, yeah, Norman's been terrible. 5 bogeys. Sneed had a birdie on 7, but a double on 2. Yeah, as I said, Greg Norman needs to keep getting pars.
All right.
I said it once. I said it again. Because he would be tied with Duval for first, right? Yeah. If he played scratch golf, he would be tied for first. He's in the fescue. Sneed. Norman. Sneed. Up there. Norman. For par. Much. Steve. Break the bogey. Well, I think he's too much fun too. Question now is how many switch the ball will be. The ball's up by 2. So Parnevik would get the trick to adjust it. They told Parnevik, they said, well, don't worry too much about it. Just make sure you're the first guy behind Duval. Because then you get the trick to adjust it, and you actually get a win too. Yeah, that's right. He technically gets a win. Because he gets the trick to adjust it. So, he'll be given a win for his effort. Because, kind of a reward for birdie. Donuts. Norton for par. He's only by 2. Sneed. Okay, that's not bad on the part 5 notes. And make sure you don't hit, where. Norman. Same thing. Nicely done. He's on the fairway. Why aren't you clapping? 121 away. Second shots. Can he get on 2? Oh, what a roll! Holy crap. Nice roll. He's within 3 feet for eagle. Norman, can he do the same thing? This is for eagle, 22 feet. He does have a 1 in 7 chance. But look at it. There we go, baby. He's for eagle. Booyah. He gets -10. Ed Sneed. That's pretty good. Murphy is done. All right, so Murphy is done. He's the leader at 13 under par. Jasper Parnevik needs a birdie on 18 to tie Murphy. Well, DeWitt Weaver is still in the course. Duval's done 15 holes, so he's up by 3. All Duval practically needs to do is Duval just needs to play scratch golf, and he's going to get a 3-4 win. First time in a while. Norman. desperate. It's not by 4 feet. Speed? Too much. Too much. Okay, there we go. Man, big number. Flatter and flatter. So Duval's at 15. So Parnevik could not birdie. So Bob Murphy would be your winner. But DeWitt Weaver still has a chance. Yeah, DeWitt Weaver still has 3 holes left to do something with Murphy. Ed Sneed kind of has a chance. Yeah, Ed Sneed's tied for 6th. Sneed to the left side. I guess not. Norman? He's in the lead by 3 strokes now. He's in 8th place, down by 7. What is with this guy in chokery? A lot of people said, well, you're on TV, you're bound to lose. Actually, no. Like BJ Singh, when he was up by 6 strokes after 3 rounds when he won the tournament at Pebble in May, and yet he still won by a ton. For par. Just not having it today. Double bogey. I thought Eagles to go to -9, but that's not going to do enough. Well, Duval's up by 2. The question is, all he needs to do is par. Now Duval needs to do is par. And he's got the title. What is the bogey? Duval, I think, was going for a 2nd title. But we would have to do the rule that Duval cannot come to Canada in September. October and November, he's not allowed to compete. In December, he won't be able to compete. He'll be allowed to compete in the tournaments for par. This day is all right, so almost everyone is done. Nick Price was looking for his 2nd title of the year, but he's at -9. DeWitt Weaver needs a birdie. Yeah, DeWitt needs... Okay, so the situation with... Well, we know Duval's won by 3 strokes. So David Duval is the first golfer to win 5 ASG tournaments in which he did in a 4-year span. Congratulations to David Duval. Bob Murphy's at -13. If DeWitt Eagles birdies on 18, he and Murphy will go toe-to-toe in a tiebreak to decide who will actually get the spot at Augusta. If DeWitt gets par or worse, Bob Murphy will win by proxy. Will get credit for a win, and he'll be getting the spot to Augusta. If Weaver pars, he has to fight Nicholas and Parnevik for 2nd place, because that is for the backdoor tournament. And I believe no. Yeah, they said Nicholas can't take 2nd because he's already has 2nd place. If he was solo 2nd, then yes, that's fine. But no, he's not solo 2nd. He's with Parnevik. So if DeWitt pars, he and Parnevik have to go to a tiebreak. If DeWitt bogeys or worse, Parnevik will get the credit for 2nd place and the backdoor tournament by guarantee. Well, anyway, that's swing. Ed Sneed up there. Norman. For birdie. Now by 5. Sneed. No. And DeWitt. Birdies. So DeWitt Weaver birdies. A critical birdie to ruin Parnevik's day because Parnevik won't take 2nd place. So we know someone from the 70s will win. And we also know that the other guy from the 70s will take 2nd place. So that's 3 straight tournaments won by someone in the 70s by proxy. Steen and Norman basically are going to play for the Clinton money now. There's some money today, Steve. By 8 for birdie. Too much. Break. There's the way you need it. There's a fight there, Norman. What the hell happened to Norman? Yeah, Norman. As I said, Norman has to play scratch for even par. He would have tied Duvall, but Norman would have actually qualified ahead of Duvall because technically, yeah, he would have won, and Duvall would have been out of it. Yeah, but Duvall would have still tried for the money. So he had a terrible day. 7 over par. Ed Snead a 5 over par. David Duvall 566 to win the tournament. He wanted to win. Duvall's like, I'm gonna win. He had a terrible. He had 500 par every day except for Friday. He was number 2 in greens regulation, 80% though, so 4 out of 5. Nice. And putts 13th. Fairway percentage not that great, but who cares? He had 2 bogeys, but 7 birdies. Jack Nicklaus had a 566. So did Fulton Allen. So did Marco Mira. So David Duvall wins the tournament, his 5th ASG tournament win, which means he's now the all-time leader for now. But unfortunately, that means that because he's won 2 tournaments, he won in April. Yeah, he won the April match play against Jack Nicklaus. One for the ages. Duvall will get a second tournament win. He wouldn't play in August, but now he'll miss the September, October, and November stroke plays and the December match plays because he's 1-2 and they want to play fair, so he'll have to sit out. So that's what we'll do. Now we do have a tiebreak between Bob Murphy and DeWitt Weaver. And I think it's Weaver. I'm thinking DeWitt Weaver did better on Thursday. I think I talked to him doing well. So here are the rules. So whoever has the best starting round from round 1 on is your champion, is your winner. Nicholas and Parnifik are 1 stroke back and can't do it. So let's see here. The leaders are, who is it? Is it, oh, by an inch. By an inch, it is DeWitt Weaver. So DeWitt Weaver is your champion. For the 1970s, DeWitt Weaver has won his first ever tournament. As I said, Duvall can't do it. Well, Fulton Allen jumped 20 spots to 10th, and Jack Nicklaus jumped up 11 spots. So great job by those guys. Greg Norman drops all the way to 9th. It could have been worse. He could have been off the leaderboard. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, but Norman was leading ghost to ghost, post to post. And he failed. So Weaver will win. Bob Murphy, that's not a bad idea. Murphy, that's okay. So Bob Murphy will get the consolation prize of 2nd place and the backdoor tournament if he needs it. If he needs it. If he needs it, Paxson. So David Duvall wins the tournament. Congratulations to David Duvall. And screw you because now you're screwed. All right, so time for the team event. This was on France. L for Le Golf. La Quinta. Le Golf National. The course in France. The course in France. So 5 sessions, all will be singles. So it's US versus world. We select 12 people. So down here it's United States, and in team 2 is international, random by quality. Boom. All right. So That's pretty big. 6 Australians and a um, New Zealander. Price, Chi, Carlos, Cole, and Fulton. Now those are the actual. So that was random. Now we have to weed out who winners are. Let's see. Justin Leonard, is he on? No. Is Paul Azinger on the list? No. Good. Is Nick Price on the list? Yes. So Price will have to be out. So the rules are in August, like every match play. If you win a tournament, because there's 140 guys left, you have to sit out. So he'll have to sit out. David Duvall, did he qualify? No, Duvall was not picked. Good. Johnny Miller, is he in? Yes. So Johnny Miller must be. Oh, they say 11-11. Can't save. It's 11-11. Hale Irwin, he's in. So he has to sit out. And DeWitt Weaver was not picked. So they have to pick 2 Americans and someone from the world to join in to the show. So, well, okay. So let's see the runners up. Well, Chi Rodriguez is a foreigner. He took second, but he's already in. Lee Jansen has 2 second places. So, oh yeah, we can't pick Jansen yet. Yeah, we have to find a foreigner. Jansen. So Lee Jansen will play for the U.S. He is allowed. He has a second place finish, and he can jump into first. That's fine. He's allowed. Jack Nicklaus. Well, he's already been picked. So good thing for Jack Nicklaus. He's been picked. Bob Murphy will. So it's going to be Jansen and Murphy who will have to come in for the U.S. because they've taken a second place. They're allowed to compete. Now we need one golfer from the world, and I don't know who. Tell me when to stop. Hook. David Faraday. No. Doesn't mean that if I go like that. Oh no, I guess they want the Americans first. Yeah, I guess they want the Americans first. Okay, fine. Jansen. Okay, fine. Okay, so Lee Jansen will be spot number 2, and Bob Murphy will be spot number whatever. Murphy. Where's Murphy? Okay, where's Murphy here? There you go, Bob Murphy. All right, so Jansen and Murphy are in, and that means we gotta find. And we randomly picked Faraday, right? Yes. What? Can't pick Faraday? What is going on? Why can't I pick Faraday? There we go. Yeah, because he's Northern Irish. So David Faraday will be picked. He was randomly selected. So Faraday will get in. Jansen and Murphy will get in on the US side. Safe. All right. It's great. All right. And day 1 is 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2. So Nicholas, Jansen, Trevino. So yeah, so it's Nicholas, Jansen, Trevino, Floyd, O'Meara, Lehman, Hubie, Pate, Brooks, Couples, Murphy, Tway. What a lineup. I think the weakest point is Murphy and Brooks, but the world. You have Faraday, Baker Finch, Grady, Alkington, the Great White Shark, Chi, Franco, Marsh, Crampton, Nobilo, Cole, and Alto, and Fulton. So, yeah, the world doesn't look that big, but you never know what could happen. Australia has the pride. So the rules are simple. Um, whoever wins between the U.S. and world, whoever does the best by whoever has the best of the 5-day sessions will get first place and the trip to Augusta. The runner-up Yeah, US beats world. Then the best world player will get second place based on their stuff. So we'll see. We have to do stats, but yeah, that's what we'll do. So that's what. So that's what we've got, and that's what we will have. We shall have options. Make sure that we break. We don't do break. All right. So we do that, and we'll gotta make sure that we cut the horizontal display, and then once the next tour starts on Thursday, everything will be back to normal. Hopefully. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.